Yeah, let's go, let's go.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock's crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
Then yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the
The following
Louis bag.
program is
Couple
rated
hundred
TV
need a G-Wagons.
MANOC.
Big tax.
It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised. Go to the fucking gym.
Lizzo. My confidence comes from my pussy, bro.
This is some sinister fucking shit.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Full normal.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 2403 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your host? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. Today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Eversyn K2 flexing on all you beasts.
Fucking Catalina wine mixer.
The fucking Catalina wine mixer.
All right, fam, welcome to the show. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share the stream. We are live everywhere. Check the links down below to submit a question, to join the fam over at swolenormousx.com, to check out the greatest merch in the game over at papaswolio.com. We got a lot of stuff going on. Welcome to the show. Announcement for the Swole fam. We have our accountability meeting tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern time. Don't miss out on that, beaches. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Tomorrow, December the 5 at 12 p.m. Eastern time, we have our accountability meeting. So we'll see you there. This episode will be private. So make sure you join the fam right now over at swolenormousx and be there tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern time. That was nice.
You switched the samples.
Oh, that was good. That felt good. Fam, it is the Red, White, and Swole Sunday Funday Q&A. So let's bust the nut open and let's get into some questions. You can start dropping them in the comments down below. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Here we go. Nailed it. It's a classic. It's a classic. Cheers, Leo, you raging alcoholic. It's a classic. Hashtag SwoleFam. Drop in the comments down below. And we'll give away the Swole card at the end of today's amazing fucking episode. I can't wait. Can't wait to give that shit away. All right, let's get into the first question. We will take a call from Craig. Craig is calling in from Canada. Let's fucking go, bro. You're on the live sleaze.
Hey, Papa Swolio. Shout out. Craig from Canada. I just want to say what you're doing is amazing. The content, the podcast, all of it,
Thanks,
the swag. Anyways, my question was about eggs and the consumption. I've seen a lot of differing opinions and, nutritional guidelines in countries repeal certain rules they used to have in place, that sort of stuff. But do you think there's an actual too much per day type limit? Right now, I've been doing a half dozen for probably about a year. So I haven't noticed any bad physiological effect from it, but I didn't know your opinion on it. All right, thanks.
Hey, well, thank you. I appreciate the shout out and the support. Thank you. And thanks for calling in. Personally, I don't think 6 eggs a day is a problem. That's just, you asked for my take on it. That's my take. I would make sure that you're trying to get, eggs are fine. And same thing with beef. Beef is fine. Just try to get the best quality that you can. So if you don't have access to grass-fed and grass-finished beef, if you can get grass-fed beef, that's great. If you don't have access to that, then you can still go for beef. It's still going to be a good option for you. So you want to get the best that you can. If you can get pasture-raised corn and soy-free eggs, that's kind of like the top of the top. If you can only find cage-free, or, you want to get the best quality eggs you can. So pastured eggs, not pasteurized, of course, pastured eggs. And you want to hopefully get them corn and soy free. So if you have a local farm or something like that, you can look and check locally. But the best quality eggs that you can, eat the whole egg, or if you're having them raw, for example. If I have them raw, I just eat the egg yolk personally. But I've never had any problems with eating raw eggs or whole eggs. Really find the way that you like them. It's a great way for to get protein and healthy fats and stuff like that. So, in terms of a limit, I think that depends on the individual. So it really depends on all your other habits, consuming high fat and, high quality protein, and having, for example, a higher cholesterol is not bad if you have all your other metabolic health signals in order. If you're a generally unhealthy person, then of course you're going to have complications. So if everything else is on point in your life and you're feeling great on having 6 eggs a day, then in my opinion, you're good to go. That doesn't raise any red flags for me. A high limit, like if you're eating 50 eggs a fucking day. I mean, I don't even know what the limit is. I'm not even sure if there is a limit, in terms, it depends on the results of your consumption and all your other habits too, Sounds pretty good to me. Let's see. Tyler, Papa Swole, did you see a video on TikTok where someone played the No Mercy sound here on the Daily Swole and Joe Biden heard it in an interview? No mercy? You mean like the mercy, like shame? No mercy. What sound do we do that's no mercy? Am I just brain farting? Do we play it a lot? Or no, I haven't. I haven't seen that video. If you have some more context. What sound? What sound do we have? What's the sound exactly? We got a question here. Oh, may God have mercy on your soul. Oh, the long one. The one from Billy Madison. That's right. No, I didn't see it. Let's see. Well, that's not the say it. That's from Bloodsport. That's not mercy. That's Mate. That's tapping out. That's from Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme. All right, we got a question here from Shitstagram. Denny Kandrulik MMA. Denny Kandrulik MMA. Diet recommendations. I recommend you do an elimination diet. So personally, I like animal proteins and fats. I eat steak, eggs. I cook in beef tallow. I use butter, grass-fed, raw. We have raw butter. So I do different kinds of ground beef and different types of cuts of steaks. I eat fruit and I drink raw milk. I make raw milk kefir. That's been my go-to lately. So I have that. But that's for me. So my recommendations to you is to test these things, but I highly recommend people usually whittle down, do an elimination diet more towards carnivore, more towards grass-fed beef and fruit, and then add in things and test vegetables. A lot of people think that all vegetables are good for you. There are going to be a lot of them that cause you problems, most likely. And you want to cut out all these processed foods as much as you can. So that's really the direction. And a carnivore diet is really just a high-level elimination. You're just cutting out everything around you, whittling it down to the things that are essential for your survival. And of course, I have organ meats. I'll eat heart, liver, kidney, bone marrow, and stuff like that. Okay, let's see here. Ooh, Cecil. Or Cecil, chicken tits are good. Ooh, those chicken nips. Interesting. Cecil's all on those chicken tits. Good for you. Good for you, Cecil. Good for you. All right, let's see. Anton Mervis on Instagram. Let's see. What's the best way to eat to build muscle without putting on too much fat? We just kind of talked about it. The best way to eat, you should be focusing on nutrition. That's going to give you results, but also longevity. So you really don't want to be eating shit. So the quality is the most important thing. People like to talk about calories in, calories out. I've been saying this for years. It's the biggest fucking scam. You need to focus on food quality. Your body's going to answer a lot of those other questions. You're not going to, it's very hard to gain muscle and to eat in a surplus when you're eating nutrient dense food. It's very challenging, and it should be very challenging. If it's easy for you to eat in a surplus, you're probably not eating quality foods, just straight up. The best way to build muscle is to focus on proteins and fats, play around with carbohydrates to find that sweet spot. And in terms of without putting on too much fat, you don't need a ton of a surplus. You don't need to be in 1,000 calorie surplus. You really only need a couple hundred calories. You need to be getting sufficient protein, probably around 1 gram per pound of body weight if you're lifting heavy. Then plus the lifting, you're not going to put on muscle unless you're lifting properly and sleeping properly. So it's not just the food. If you're not training properly and you're not causing enough stimulus to force your body to build muscle, your body's going to pack on fat because you're just getting in more nutrition than you need because you're not stimulating the need for muscle growth. Just because you're lifting in the gym doesn't mean you're doing it well enough to stimulate muscle growth. Does that make sense? You can go to the gym and not really be doing enough, and then eating a calorie surplus, you're going to pack on fat. Frank, what's the difference between cage-free and pastured eggs? It comes down to the amount of space that they have per hen. So in terms of like the legal requirements, I don't know if that's a state thing or a federal thing. You have to look, I think it's like 100 something square feet per hen is required. So this doesn't mean that each hen is like in their own 108 or whatever, 140 or whatever the fuck pastured technically is in terms of space. It just means like overall per hen. They're not packed into like they're not confined in like one house where they're just like caged on top of each other and they can barely move. So cage-free just means that they can move around, but cage-free is kind of a bullshit. It's kind of bullshit marketing. So cage-free, they're still severely confined in most cases. They're just not technically in a enclosed cage, but they're usually very confined. So just because it's cage-free doesn't mean that it's good. And the most important thing is having corn and soy-free, because when they give the chickens feed, it depends if they're pastured, they're eating bugs or outside, et cetera, et cetera. But if they're getting a lot of feed and they're getting corn and soy that's sprayed with glyphosate and atrazine and they're getting inflammation because they're eating shit that they shouldn't be eating, they can have problems. So it's like healthy animals, healthy byproducts. Unlocking Crayon. Interesting screen name. Papa Swolio. Hey, Papa, any diet advice for skinny guys trying to gain weight? Just kind of answered that question. Just because you're trying to gain weight doesn't mean you don't eat the quality foods that work best for you. You just need to eat more of them. So I would check out an elimination diet, figure out which foods work best for your body, and then increase the consumption of them. And it depends on the other details, what your exercise habits are like, and if you're doing what's required to build muscle mass. Reminder, SwoleFam, #SwoleFam is the Swole card for today. We'll give that away. at the end of the episode. And of course, tomorrow we have our Swole Fam accountability meeting at 12 noon Eastern time. So episode 2404 will be private. So if you want to join the fam today and get started for less than $10 and get access to all the private live streams, we had a roundtable last Thursday. We had an overtime segment on Friday, and you can catch up on all the archive stuff. The roundtable is fire. So we'll have another one, not this week, but then next week. And you can be there for tomorrow's episode. And it's a private member Q&A. So we have new releases. We go over awesome Swole Fam posts, and we have a private member Q&A. We have people coming up on stage too, asking questions too. So it's awesome. Best way to start your week. Monday is a good thing. Instead of like, yeah, Monday, it's fucking Monday. Mondays rock. When you're in the Swole Fam, Mondays are the fucking bee's knees. They're the nits tits. Right, Tainty Man? Right, Tainty Boy? Aww. All right, Tiff. Papa, I'm really struggling with my food addiction and bad habits. I can't afford proper therapy. Would you recommend cutting out things like social media as a start to stay on track? I mean, I would recommend for most people. Food addiction, bad habits or not. I mean, social media is a bad habit. Now, the way that I get around it is because when I use it, I have the mindset of using it for my business. So I don't use it personally. I don't use any personal accounts. I don't do anything with my personal accounts. It's all business oriented. So I can separate, and I try to mitigate or minimize scrolling and things like that. So I post and I move on and I do other things. So that's a great thing to remove from your life. We talk about the 7 pillars all the time. Pillar number 1 is community. It's your environment. So social media is a huge negative to that. So you definitely want to control that. It depends on every other things in your environment. Food addiction, what's going on with that? Everyone's different with this. I would recommend things like the book Atomic Habits is a great book to learn how to build incremental habits and stack them and expand them. So how to create good habits, not bringing these things or foods into your environment, making sure that you make it as difficult as possible to eat these detrimental foods. I don't know what your current nutrition is or when your food addiction happens. You shouldn't have any of these foods in your house. If you do, you need to get rid of them out of your house immediately. You shouldn't have any of these things in your house. They should be trashed immediately. Just some idea. Just some ideas. All right, let's see here. Ultimate Sports Talk, Papa Swolio, any vitamin supplement recommendations? I definitely recommend grass-fed beef liver. I have it every day. It's fantastic. It's nature's multivitamin. I also take magnesium. Magnesium glycinate is my go-to, and it's fantastic. Most people are severely deficient in magnesium. This time of year, also vitamin D would be something beneficial. Those are a couple staples for sure. All right. Cool. Let's take another call. We got one. We took one from Craig. Thank you for the call, Craig. Let's take one from, we got Devin on the line. Devin, you're on the Daily Motherfucking Sleaze. Let's go.
I know some people in America are obese, and then there's fit ones, because some obese don't even try to get to the gym. They just constantly stuff their food with waste. And that's what ruins your life. It's because of depression or that. Well, depression can't last you your whole life. My question is, why do people lack so much throughout life? I know, I'm 14 and I have a lot of discipline to just go to the gym. I don't get why people like grown-ups don't even try, but I'm a teenager and I try better than them.
Okay, I think I get your point. Thank you for the call, Devin. I appreciate it. So in other words, you're saying, yeah, well, you said some people in the United States are fat. I would say most people, and statistically it's much more than most. So in other words, you're 14. Why are you so disciplined? And someone who's a fucking adult is satisfied being fat as fuck and not doing it. One, you're 14, so you don't have 30 or 40 years of bad habits under your belt. Another thing, some people have a habit of coping with trauma that they suffered from when they were little, and they've been coping with food their entire lives. So these are, compounded bad habits. Some people suffer trauma and don't succumb to that and don't cope with that with bad habits. They create good ones, but everyone's different. So I know I get your point. A lot of it is willpower, whether people want to talk about it or not, but a lot of it is just the poor education and the marketing and the distraction to eat low quality foods. If you're eating quality foods like we talk about, of course, not everyone has access to the same amount of foods, but even if you're getting grain fed beef, you can get it for $2, $3, $4 a pound. I know it's more, blah, 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 but it's less than grass fed, grass finished beef. It's still going to be a better option. You could eat to satisfaction and you're not going to have, negative side effects in terms of, the same types of cravings if you're eating quality proteins and quality fats. So a lot of times people will say, well, I don't have a lot of money. I only have $20 or $30 to spend on food. Well, yeah, if you go and call up Uber Eats and shit like that, you're going to spend 30, 40, 50, 60 bucks on shit when you can go to the supermarket and buy like 3 or 4 pounds of beef that'll last you a couple days. So stop making excuses and prioritize. So, that's one thing. When you're 14, you don't have those years of compounded bad habits. Like I said, when you're 40 and you've been stuffing your face for 40 fucking years, it's not the same as maybe you're 14 and you're just got through puberty, your metabolism is through the fucking roof and you still haven't fully developed. Like your brain's not going to be done developing for another 11 years. So there are a lot of people that are they just never started, never did it. And don't underestimate the power of a bad habit, because as much as you have the habit, Devin, of going to the gym, people have the same habit, the same discipline of not going to the gym. So it's just one of those things. And it's hard to understand when you take care of your health. And I know this, once you take care of your health, it's hard to imagine not doing it. It's hard to imagine not going to the gym. It's hard to imagine not caring about what goes in your body. It's really hard to imagine it because how good it feels. So it's just perspective, the same way that you feel like about going to the gym, people feel about, oh, I don't want to go to the fucking gym, but we know which is the right, we know which decision is correct. That's for sure. Good question. But yeah, I mean, keep doing what you're doing, bro. Let's get a round of applause for Devin. Good for you. 14 years old. I love it. I love to hear it. And I don't know what country you're from, but don't worry about what everyone else is doing. Lead by example, if someone in your circle or friends or coworkers or things like that ask you questions, help them. But don't let people drag you down. Don't waste your energy on people that don't want to listen. Like lead by example, you're the fit guy. You take care of your health because bottom line, you have to do it for you. And then you'll surround yourself with better people, but lead by example. Don't let people drag you down. Keep it up. Derek, Papa Swolio, what mace bell would you recommend for someone who has never used one? I do have experience lifting. I would say 10 pounds. I would say get a 10-pound mace bell, and if you can get 2, get a 10 and a 15. There's different options. You can also get one that's adjustable, so you can go on. Kabuki Strength has one, but it's like $200, but it's literally just it's the shoulder rock, and you add like plates to it, so you can get one that's adjustable, but you pay more up front. But then if you have the Olympic plates, you can adjust the weight, and then you don't have to buy multiple mace bells. So it's a cool option. I have one, and it's pretty nice. I haven't used it in a little while. I prefer generally the mace bells myself. I have the whole set. I have a lot of maces. So, but I would start light. Start lighter than you think. The cool thing about the Kabuki shoulder rock is that it's long enough so you still get that torque. When you have lighter mace bells, they're usually shorter, so you don't get the same whip effect. But for example, if you put a 5-pound Olympic plate on a shoulder rock, you still, because the lever arm is so much longer, you still get that nice whip around. It's a smaller handle, and the knurling might be uncomfortable once you get started. But bottom line, it depends on how much you want to spend up front. I would recommend getting a 10. And if you go for the standard, like black round end mace bell, I would get a 10 and then get a 15. Always start lighter with mace because a lot of torque, you're going to have inaccuracy. Your coordination is not going to be there. There's going to be a lot of stress on your joints, and you want to make sure it's very light. That way you can make your mistakes and mitigate your risk of injury. If you go any lighter, if you have the 5-pounder is like a little club. It's really short. I have one. It's like, yeah, it's a little, you could use it for forearm stuff, but it's kind of a waste. Yeah, I hear you, Ana Luisa. She says, I bought grain-fed beef for $3 and it was nasty. I couldn't stomach it. I went back to buying grass-fed. I agree. Look, some people don't have access to it. So do your best to get grass-fed beef. Grass-fed and grass-finished. But I know Walmart has grass-fed beef. The problem with something, it needs to say grass-fed and grass-finished, or it needs to say 100% grass-fed. Because if it just says grass-fed, usually the last like 20% of the cow's life, they're fed grains, and it can undo a lot of the benefits of eating grass-fed. So that's why it's going to be less expensive. So it's grass-fed, yeah, but it might be $4 or $5 a pound. The reason why it's cheaper than grass-fed and grass-finished is for that reason. But just get the best quality you can. It's still going to be a lot better for you. Unlocking Crayon. Papa Swolio as a skinny guy. How many calories should I be consuming per meal? Any snacks in between? It's really about your total calorie or caloric consumption. So it really depends. It really depends. If you're trying to bulk, you need to eat more frequently because it's really hard to get in 2,500 calories in one meal. So you want to break it up into 3, 4, or 5 smaller meals. So whatever your total calories are, you just divide that by how many meals you wish to consume. I generally would recommend eating during daylight hours so you're not eating super late at night. I would try to load your food consumption earlier in the day, especially if you're trying to bulk. You want to start eating early. If you start eating in the afternoon, you're not going to get enough in. You're eating late at night. It's going to negatively affect your sleep and your hunger signals and stuff, especially if you're eating late at night. Tyler, what are your predictions for the upcoming elections? Too early. Who knows? Depends on who's running, you know. Trump's the only one that said he was going to run, so it really depends on what happens. So we'll wait till the primaries and all that and see who's running, and then we can start playing the prediction game. But very interesting what's going on with Twitter. If you're on Twitter, you can follow me at Swolenormous. Very interesting how Elon and Matt Taibbi have been not leaking, but posting all the insider shit from Twitter. And it's so telling. I said this. I said they're not going to show anything in the mainstream media. No one's posted it. No one's fucking posted a goddamn thing. They're such fucking pussies. The New York Times, Washington Post, they're all pieces of shit. Communist pieces of shit. But people know. Fucking Elon Musk has 120 million people following him. The truth is out there. People know. People are waking up more every day. All right, let's move on. Good question. Let's see what else we got here. Hi, yeah. Oh, yeah. How come that's not scrolling? Close that out. All right, we'll take another question from Instagram. Captain Tasty Snacks. Ooh, Captain Nuggets, you got a tasty snack for you. How do I beat my ex-wife at the fitness game? Why do you care? The fuck? That's a weird question.
Matt Damon.
Gives a fuck what your ex-wife is doing. Why do you want to beat her? You just got to improve yourself. She's your ex-wife for a reason. Who gives a shit what she does? Yeah, what the fuck is this? Don't be a fucking soy boy beta cuck. Goddamn Captain Tasty Snacks. Go to the fucking gym, bro. Thanks for the question, but come on, man. Frank. What do you think of the uprisings in Norway and China? Government's finally gone too far. Interestingly enough, I haven't heard anything about Norway. I haven't looked into that. China, I have. Government's finally gone. Well, China's been going too far for a long time. It's just a matter of you don't need a large percentage of the people to rise up. The problem is with an authoritarian regime like China, they just have such an ability to quell these things. But sometimes they simmer to the point where you can't put the cat back in the pot of water, in the boiling pot, so to speak. Can't put the cats out of the bag, so we can hope. We can only hope. I don't know enough about Norway, though. If you have any details, you can drop it. Crazy how they're not covering it, right? This is why a lot of times I look at the Daily Mail, because it's not, I try not to look at U.S. media is fucking garbage. So you have to go on Twitter, Daily Mail, from the UK. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of tabloid shit, but they cover a lot of stuff that you're not going to see in the United States too. So it gives a lot of, you have to sift through the other bullshit, and it can be woke as fuck sometimes too, and sloppily done. But they'll report on stories that you won't hear in the United States. That's for sure. Gamer Girl, Papa, I'm a standard member. Will I get access to the elimination diet when I upgrade? Absolutely. When you go unlimited, you get access to everything. So the kitchen, nutrition jumpstart, elimination diet, master classes, all the programs, the entire yoga studio, brain gains, meditation, everything. So absolutely. Oh, I did hear kind of about that. Well, what's the details? Frank says farmers standing up against government regulations. I did kind of hear. I heard about that in where was it? It was Holland that was doing that too. The Netherlands. What's going on with where are the details? Are they blocking it off for like ESG communist bullshit, or what? Or was it oil prices, or were they restricted from farming certain things, or they weren't allowed? It sounds familiar. Just fill in the deets for me. Alfie King 03, Papa Swolio, does a home gym still count? Fuck yeah, dude. Home gyms for the win. Toby 1308, Papa Swolio, how long have you been training? I've been training for over 20 years. Like, I guess technically it's like 21, 22 years. Danny Phantom 04, Papa Swolio, how many times a day do you eat? Usually two. I'll train first thing, and then I'll have like a nice like shake. I'll put kefir and some mango and banana and some beef protein isolate, or I'll have steak and I'll eat leftovers or something like that. I'll have fruit and shit like that after my workout. And then I'll usually have more like meat and like a meal. I'll cook steak and stuff like that later. Depends. But usually twice within, I would say within like 6 hours or so. Oh, so it was like, okay, Matt the Great, they shut down like 3,000 farms to fight climate change. That's fucking the most retarded shit ever. That's so fucking stupid.
How shall we fuck off, oh Lord?
Climate change and ESG shit it's socialist bullshit. That's all it is. That's all it is. But Papa, the environment. Yeah. This is why we need to use fuel and develop technology, and we'll adapt. If the sea rises, I love how the threats are like, the sea's going to rise an inch in 100 fucking years. I'll be honest with you, I don't give a shit. In 100 fucking years? Oh my God. Sea level's an inch. So we develop technology and we'll handle it just fine. Like, that's a lot of time. Let's get to work. Stop shutting down technology and human innovation. For Christ's sake. People aren't talking about the Netherlands, they're talking about Norway. Or is it Netherlands, not Norway? Yeah, there were. Well, it was the Netherlands, wasn't it? There were tons of riots and shit like that. This was like a few months ago, wasn't it? I thought someone was talking about Norway. Again, so, I mean, you guys look into it yourselves, but see? Okay. Bila KJD, do you eat raw liver? Yes, I do. Grass-fed and grass-finished. Thank you very much. MP7, Papa Swolio, how to ask her about a relationship? Papa, help. Ask her about a relationship. Like, ask someone out? I mean, look, what people should do when it comes to relationships, or you want to ask someone out, you need to build your own self-confidence. You know how you do that? By going to the fucking gym, by strengthening yourself, by making money, by becoming a valuable individual for yourself first. You know, fortify yourself, fortify your skills in life, and trust me, you'll find a woman. You'll find a woman. You need to lead yourself and build yourself up and develop yourself as an individual. A lot of people are looking for like a father figure or a mother figure. That's why they're opting for the government, or they're looking for someone to take care of them. It's like, you need to become a fucking maniac. Become a savage. Like Jordan Peterson says, become a monster. Go to the fucking gym, lift heavy weights, build muscle, eat some fucking steak, learn skills, develop your career, build a business, move your way up. Fucking go to the goddamn gym. Tyler, Papa Swolio, going back to the Liver King situation, do you think he'll look a little different without the use of steroids and growth hormones? He's not going to stop taking them. Like once you take that shit, once you start taking that stuff, especially at 45, he's not going to stop taking them. Why would he stop taking that stuff? That'd probably be a terrible idea. Of course he would look different. Would he look different? Yeah, he wouldn't have fucking like growth hormone gut and you would lose muscle mass. Why would he stop taking it? He's not going to stop taking that shit. What makes you think that? Did he say he's going to stop taking that stuff? No, he's not. He just admitted it. He admitted it because he was called out for lying about it. That's the only reason why he admitted it. A lot of people are saying in the comments, like, oh, respect. Respect what? He fucking lied to your face repeatedly. Respect for nothing. He only admitted it because he got caught. All right, let's take another call. From Jai, J-Y-E. How do you even pronounce that?
Get to the fucking gym.
Oh, fuck you, man. Hey, fuck you.
Fuck yourself.
Fuck you, J-Y-E. Hi, or Jai. All right. You're not lying, though. You're not lying. Get to the fucking gym. I already went to the fucking gym, so fuck you, man. Fuck you.
How about I send you a hobo's dick cheese?
I'm going to send you a hobo's dick cheese. I have your email, bro. I'm going to send you a fucking dick cheese. Like a big, just, cultured dick cheese. Like really cultured. Nice fucking cultured, sweaty, balsamic vinaigrette dick cheese. All right, gross. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, God, these questions are fucking terrible. Instagram, what in the shit? How many reps to build most muscle? For fuck's sake. It's intensity and volume. Keep the reps moderate, 6 to 15, but you got to start lifting heavy weights, train to failure, build up slowly, learn properly. I can't address that question. It's too general. Another one from Danny Phantom, just blowing up the questions. How many rest days should I have? None. Active recovery, do yoga, do mobility, go for a walk. No rest days. Train every day, but adjust your training and do like active recovery. Aid in your recovery. That's what active recovery does. So it's a rest day. What people mean by rest day, yeah, you're not supposed to be lifting heavy every day. I don't lift heavy fucking weights every day. Sometimes I'll just do some mobility, or I'll just do some sled, or I'll do some pull-ups and push-ups and some yoga and swolga, and I'll do sauna and cold plunge, and I'll take Rufus for a walk, and it's a training day. My training is just not like squatting heavy, Whitey 018. Whitey 018.
It is not my place as a smaller bodied white man to comment on it.
What if I'm sick? Do I still go to the fucking gym? No. If you have a home gym, you can do whatever the fuck you want. That's the beautiful thing about a home gym. It's like you have a little sniffles and you still feel like training. Cool, do what you want. But if you're sick, don't go fuck people's world up. No, if you're sick, stay home. Get better. Like I sit here and be like, yeah, go to the gym if you're sick. Fuck out of here, chode. All right, Ashraf, you're on the fucking Daily Swole. Thanks for the questions. If I call you a chode or I call you a cunt nugget, just take it. I still love you, but some of these questions are dog shit.
Hey, man. Big fan of your videos.
Thanks, dude.
And they really do give me motivation to get to the fucking gym and work out every single day. But I'm going through a really tough time right now, and I cannot afford to go to the fucking gym. But I really do want to change. So what do you recommend for, people who cannot go to the fucking gym or cannot afford to go to the fucking gym every day? And thank you for your time.
Oh, I appreciate the call. So here's what you can do. So you can't go to the gym every day. I don't know what obviously if you can't afford to go to the gym, your financial situation is like that. A couple things you can do. You can train at home. You can go do pull-ups in the park and push-ups and yoga and stuff. It's all free. You can do all that stuff. You can learn. You can watch YouTube videos. There's tons of shit on YouTube. We have some free classes. You go to swolenormousx.com/links. You can check out a free Swolga or yoga class. We have some, free shit. But also you can go on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or OfferUp and see sometimes people have some free stuff. You can get a sandbag. You can get milk jugs and fill it up with water or sand and make your own weights. You can do all sorts of stuff. So sometimes people are giving away rusty weights from their garage for free. Or you could be like, hey, I don't know where you live. Can I shovel your driveway for, in exchange for or whatever. You can go make some more money. Like you can hustle and go make some more money. Maybe easier said than done, but I mean, you got to do it. You got to do it. So you can train and you can build muscle by doing a lot of stuff, body weight or lifting things around your house or, lifting fucking rocks or logs and stuff like that. Like you can build a ton of muscle with just body weight, push-ups, pull-ups, squats, squat jumps. Like, you can build a lot of muscle, man. You really can. You really can. Ryan, Papa Swolio, what's for dinner tonight? I don't know. We didn't have anything thought out, and I had a big post-workout little meal. So I'm still full. I like a fucking half a watermelon after I had like my kefir, and I was like, my stomach was out to here. I'm like, I am not going to eat for a year. I feel a little bit better right now. So I might have some leftover steak and some like hard-boiled eggs or something like that we have in the fridge because we didn't have anything thought out for today. So I don't think it's 4:00. I want a sauna and stuff. I'm probably not going to eat anything really heavy now. Probably going to go light, maybe some leftovers and then probably have some raw liver and some other stuff after the show, just a little bit, and then call it a day. Lift rocks. People say, yeah, go kick rocks. We're like, no, fucking lift them. Fucking lift those goddamn rocks.
Yow. You fucking people.
Don't kick rocks, lift rocks. Okay. We'll take a couple more questions if you got them. Last call for questions. Drop in the comments. Shelby, you're on the line.
Hi, my name is Shelby, and I listened to one of your earlier episodes, and you had mentioned that artificial sweeteners like stevia and all those other ones like that mess up your gut microbiome, and I was wondering if monk fruit is the same, because I know that I drink those 0-calorie sweeteners, and I'm beginning to question that's probably why I have a lot of issues going on. So I just wanted to get some clarification. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you for the question. Good question. Now, first, I'm just going to preface this. There's no scientist on the planet that knows about the microbiome. So that's a little hyperbolic, but the problem with nutrition stuff is that people just put whatever they want in their mouth without worrying about the consequences. So you have to think about this in terms of you need to prove what these fucking things, you need to prove that these things are healthy rather than like, hey, let's just wait until we find out everyone's getting cancer from this shit. That's what the FDA and that's what all these food companies do. They just put random shit in your fucking food until we realize, hey, this is killing people. And then it takes another decade for it to get removed. So you should be very, very hyper aware of these things and, question before you even put them in your body rather than just eat it and be like, I wonder if this has caused me problems. Also, I don't know what kind of problems you're referring to, Shelby. Are you on birth control? There's a lot of other estrogenic environmental factors that can be a huge problem. Birth control, shower curtains, shampoos, conditioners, lotions, perfumes, laundry detergents, all these different things, right? So yeah, I'm not a big fan of artificial sweeteners, Splenda, aspartame, monk fruit, stevia. Like, fuck all that shit. Personally, I don't need any of it. To have some raw honey, and you're getting some antibacterial properties. You're getting a lot more benefits from raw honey, raw local sourced honey than you are going to get from this kind of shit. So I don't know what kind of issues you're referring to, but artificial sweeteners are, in my opinion, not good at all for you. For what should be, in my opinion, common sense and obvious reasons. So I would personally, if you're like, hey, I wonder if this is causing me problems, do not drink that shit, that 0-calorie crap. Drink fucking water. Have some electrolytes. Seriously, get Element or get some Redmond Relight. Get some electrolytes, unflavored, enough with the fucking flavorings and the sweeteners. Focus on your nutrition. Fuck all that shit. Good call. Literally a good call. And great question. Thank you. Let's see. Papa Swolio, Midnight Rider. Papa Swolio, not so much a question. You got me. You got me.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
Oh, that fucking hashtag gets me every time. Not so much a question, but just giving props to Papa. Oh, thank you. Giving props to Papa Swolio for sharing his knowledge. My girl and I have focused on nutrition, and we have both lost measurable fat. Thanks for the 7 pillars. Why, thank you. I appreciate it. Let's get a little mad at that. Fuck yeah! Thank you, Ryder. I appreciate it. Arm van der Molen. God, I love these fucking names. Papa Swolio, I always get nauseous from pre-workout. All right, don't take it. Any advice for a good pre-workout drink / food? Proper sleep, maybe a couple tablespoons of raw honey, black coffee. What kind of pre-workout are you taking? There are a lot of things. Again, there are a lot of things that these companies just throw fucking into these pre-workouts. Plus, like the cleanliness. Sometimes there could be machines that processed soy and things like that. You might be having an allergic reaction to the purity and the quality control. And some of these supplements are not as good as you think. Heavy metals, shit like that. So it could be whatever other things. A lot of times it's not just caffeine and X, Y, and Z. It could be a lot of other shit. So I don't know what kind of pre-workout you're taking. But you can make it yourself. Like if you want citrulline malate or beta alanine, agmatine, or a lot of these like, nitric oxide boosters, you can buy them like bulk supplements or these things online. You can just get a micro scale and measure it and put the actual efficacious dose yourself without the flavorings and all the other trimmings. But for me, I just drink black coffee. Black coffee. You want caffeine? Drink some fucking coffee and get better sleep, and you won't need as much. Or take a cold shower. You'll wake the fuck up real fast. Follow up. Harm. Black coffee, that's a great way to get shits at the gym. Well, I mean, what time are you training? So it depends. I guess if you're waking up first thing, maybe on an empty stomach, maybe you don't need it or not that much. I mean, it doesn't mean you have to drink like 16 ounces of it. Also, by the way, the quality of the coffee is going to make a big difference. If you're drinking like shit quality coffee, like Dunkin' Donuts, yeah, you're going to shit your brains out. That's for sure. So your pre-workout is some weird powder containing taurine and creatine, etc. Well, I'm not so concerned about taurine and creatine. What's the weird part? You wonder why you're feeling nauseous at the gym and you're drinking some weird powder. Fuck. I love you. I'm giving you a Matt Damon for that one. I'm drinking some weird powder. How come I'm feeling nauseous? I found it on the side of the road. It's just some weird powder. I feel weird when I drink it. I feel weird when I swallow it. Oh, God. Do you know, is there a brand? Where are you from? Where are you located? So we might not know the brand, but do you have any other ingredients? Can you list it all? It could be it could be sucralose. It could be a lot. There's a lot of, it's not just the actual active ingredients. It could be all the fillers and stuff too. You'll see sucralose. You'll see this. It could be stearates, and there could be all sorts of shit, like in that little, like the list of the ingredients after you see like, oh, it has like 5 grams of creatine, it's all listed in the nutritional facts. Plus, if you're not in the United States, you might have different labelings and different requirements for what they can put. It's probably better than the United States. Usually it is. Yeah. Weird powder from a guy behind the gas station. Yeah. I got some weird powder from this guy behind the gas station. Says his name was fucking Heisenberg. Had a weird little hat. It's kind of like, I don't know. Matt Damon. I don't know what it was.
I am the danger.
I had a great workout, but then I just felt nauseous afterwards. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. They drove away in some car and some guy yelled, "Bitch!" I don't know what the fuck it was. All right. Weird dudes. Let's see. All right, Harm. Netherlands, it also contains sucralose. Lots of ingredients I don't know. Well, it's called... This is getting better and better, dude. Netherlands, it also contains sucralose. Lots of ingredients I don't know. It's called, quote, it's called crazy pre... I'm giving you another... Matt Damon. I'm just trying. I can't. This is awesome. It's called crazy pre-workout. In quotes, it's called, so you like, look at this pre-workout. It's called crazy. Let me take it. It's sold at the supermarket. Okay. Well, supermarket's usually not ideal to find supplements. I don't know anyone that has like maybe you could find, if you go to Whole Foods in the United States, you have a better supplement section. When I say better, you might have stuff that you might find at like a GNC or Vitamin Shop. Not like those things are great, but usually the stuff that they sell at Walmart or like the supermarket, it's like bootleg type shit. You got the fucking money, man? You got the yayo? You got the stuff?
I
I was only kidding!
I'll share a pic in the Discord tomorrow with the ingredients. All right, fair enough. Yeah, sucralose, I mean, you'd be surprised. Maybe not. You'd be surprised at what makes people nauseous. So there could be something else in there too. And plus, you're like, I'm taking this stuff. It's making me nauseous. Stop taking it, fam. Right away. Just stop. Don't be like, I keep taking, every time I take it, I just feel nauseous. Don't take it anymore. It doesn't matter what in it is making you feel bad. Even if you take another product and it's the same stuff and you don't feel bad, it's like, who knows? Whatever it is, this is your body telling you, like, this is not good. Let me not consume it. So stop consuming it. List: crystal meth, dog shit, E. coli, Helicobacter pylori, salmonella. Just crazy shit. It's called crazy pre-workout. You ever take it? All right, let's see a little church. Very nice. The Tainty Man. Oh, both cold shoulder. Double cold shoulder. God, fucking pups. No respect. I get no respect. No respect. All right, hashtag Swole fam for a chance to win today's Swole card. We'll give this away in just a few minutes at the buzzer. Any last second questions? Let's wrap this. Let's land this fucking plane. Tomorrow, fam, 12 noon Eastern time, we got an accountability meeting. Yes, tomorrow.
Ever served in a forward area?
12 noon Eastern time, Monday the 5. Monday, December the 5. Tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time. Do the math, whether you're in the Netherlands or not. 12 noon, that might be what, like 6 or 8 p.m., but 12 noon Eastern time. We'll be on the live call. You can join from your homepage. If you remember, you log in, you'll see the button on your homepage. You'll open the app, and you'll be there for the call. That was nice. I know.
I gave it a 10.
Solid.
A 10. A fucking 10.
So we can take more of these questions. We can talk more about this kind of stuff tomorrow. Anyway. Triad 888. LOL, that stuff, quote, crazy and brand is a waste of shit. I know that company. You do. Is there a crazy pre-workout like the name in the United States? Is it like an international? Some of these companies are just, they sell internationally. Ooh, a 7, a 9, a 9. Let's fucking go. Let's go. 7, 9, 9, 9, 8. Very nice. Excellent. Excellent. Someone's going to come in here with like a fucking 5.673. Bullshit. Nice. That's a solid round. All right. Let's get into
got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
12 noon Eastern time. Swole fam, Swole card. Who dropped that hashtag? Climate change on these nuts. Matt the Great. Congratulations. Matthias. Congratulations. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swolecard 2403 in the subject, your mailing address. In the body of the email, that's the fucking tits. That's the titties.
We choose
Congrats,
truth
Matt.
over facts. Well, folks, eliminate one tax loophole out of $1.6 trillion worth. $1.4 trillion worth. Out of $1.4 billion. $1.4 billion.
Oh, Churchley. Shake your booty. Shake your booty. Nothing. Just brick.
And look at her. She looks like she's 19 years old, sitting there like a little lady in a wedding scarf.
Boom shakalaka! Emotional damage.
Well, thanks for being here, fam. Wise. We'll be back here, of course, on Tuesday. Of course, we'll be here tomorrow, but live call for members. So come back on Tuesday for more mancasting. Episode 2405. We'll be back. I'm
leaving people.
What do you mean?
This house is a fucking prison! I'm tired of bullshit! the galaxy if this sucks camel dicks!
Oh, Churchley. Oh, Churchy. One-handed. Oh, you're so cute.
You make me happy.
Shake your booty. Shake your booty. Twerk. Almost missed it. No? He doesn't give a shit.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
The little rascal has spirit?
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
No hands. Fucking nailed it again. Thank you very much. I need to get like an auto crank. This is getting really fatiguing. Fucking heavy. All right, fam. Tomorrow, accountability meeting, 12 noon Eastern time. Thank you, everyone, for being here. You could join swolenormousx.com and all those links in the show notes down below to submit a question, to check out apparel, merch, all that shit. We'll see you tomorrow at the accountability meeting. And of course, we'll have a little audio cast right here on the podcast. We'll post that first thing in the morning so you can still get some Swolosophy on the Daily Swole audio cast. And of course, we'll see everyone at 12 noon Eastern time. Peace, McGee's, Deuce, Magoose, your boy Papa Swolio. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock's crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits.